de Premiación. Good evening. Welcome to National Hispanic Council on Aging's Awards Ceremony. Bienvenidos a nuestra ceremonia de premiación. Good evening. Welcome to National Hispanic Council on Aging's Awards Ceremony. Bienvenidos a nuestra ceremonia de premiación.
Good evening, everyone, y muy buenas noches. Welcome to the 2023 National Hispanic Council on Aging's annual awards ceremony event. It's an absolute pleasure to have you join us tonight. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. As we gather here today, we are not just celebrating an event, we're celebrating the heart and soul of NHCOA. For over 5 decades, NHCOA has been a beacon of hope dedicated to the improving of the lives of Hispanic older adults, their families, and their caregivers. Our mission has always been to create a safe space where we can come together to honor our work and the honorees who have left an indelible mark on our community. As you may know, this event is also the largest of our fundraising efforts to further our impactful initiatives throughout the year. Our theme for this year's annual ceremony is celebrating our diversity, Celebrando nuestra diversidad. This theme has been inspired by the vibrant tapestry of life stories and experiences shared by our community members inside and outside of the United States. It serves as a testament to our unity and diversity, highlighting the incredible richness and strength of our Latino communities. In a world marked by challenges and inequities, Latinos stand strong and resilient, being an example for all of us. Our culture is our shared heritage, a constellation of traditions and experiences that make us who we are. We take immense pride in it and cherish it dearly. But we also recognize that with diversity comes unique needs and challenges. NHCOA is committed to ensuring that every Hispanic, regardless of their background, their ethnicity, finds a safe and supportive environment. We are advocates working tirelessly on national levels to address the disparities and inequities that affect our community. Our mission is clear: to preserve our culture, empower our people, and work towards a future where every Hispanic enjoys the best possible quality of life. We are absolutely thrilled to present this year's exceptional group of award recipients who truly embody the diversity, commitment, and impact of the Hispanic community. Their remarkable work has not only left a lasting impact, but has also served as an example of the positive change that can be achieved when we come together as a united community. Today, we honor these individuals with immense pride, and we hope that their extraordinary efforts will continue to thrive and expand, ensuring that every Latino has the opportunity to enjoy good health and joyful aging. Now, before we dive into the heart of today's event, there's something special we want to share with you. We have an exciting AirPods giveaway to make this evening even more thrilling. So stay tuned and don't miss your chance to win. We want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to our incredible sponsors, Eli Lilly, Verizon, Pharma, Elevance Health, among others. Their tireless support has made this celebration possible, and their commitment to our cause is truly inspiring. Without their generous contributions, none of this would be possible. So muchísimas gracias a todos. So thank you for being here and for sharing our vision and dedication. We've prepared a night to remember with numerous honors, distinguished guests, and breathtaking musical and dance performances. So get ready, alístense, to be inspired, entertained, and uplifted. It is our great privilege to begin with a heartfelt welcome from a visionary leader who has steered the National Hispanic Council on Aging towards remarkable achievements. Please join us in welcoming the President and CEO of NHCOA, Dr. Yanira Cruz. Under her exceptional leadership, NHCOA has flourished and has made it possible to leave a mark on the lives of thousands of older adults and members of the Latino community. Dr. Cruz, whose list of achievements has grown to include being an author, is an example of someone who drives positive change and is an example for all of us to follow. Without further ado, let's warmly welcome Dr. Yanira Cruz to share her opening remarks.
Hello everyone, buenas noches. I am Yanira Cruz, President and CEO of the National Hispanic Council on Aging, also known as NHCOA. Welcome to NHCOA's award ceremony, where we honor and celebrate trailblazers, and we also pause and focus our attention on the issues impacting Hispanic older adults and their caregivers. This year, we celebrate diversity. Diversity within our community. Latinos speak so many different languages: Spanish, English, Portuguese, indigenous languages like Guarani, Quechua, Nahuatl. Some may speak only one, while others may be bilingual or trilingual. The acculturation seen in our community is nuanced and rich. Many were born in the US and come from generations of Latino Americans. Others are immigrants making their way in a new place. Many graduate high school. Others earn college degrees. And many in our community are also members of the LGBT community. We come from different countries in North America, in Central America, and in South America. Some love soccer and others love baseball or basketball. And our culinary traditions are as diverse as they are delicious. Our music varies across every region, but always entertains. And we may be brown, black, or white, but a common thread unites us all, and that is our love for family, and especially our love for older adults in our families. And our older adults in our families are revered and respected. We, NHCOA, are proud to be defined by a community that cares for family and older adults. However, there are some concerns that must be addressed to ensure we all age with dignity. First, we need to support caregivers. Today, we have an infrastructure for caregivers with low wages and limited support for caregivers to do their work. We need an economy that supports paid caregivers and family caregivers with quality employment. And lack of transportation, especially in rural settings, limits access to medications, nutritious meals, vaccines, and medical appointments that our older adults need. We need a transportation solution like using transportation service such as Uber or Lyft. And the digital divide is keeping our communities isolated and away from information. Many are not able to access telehealth service and are not benefiting from the convenience of telemedicine. We must provide greater connectivity for our communities. And we need to protect safety net programs like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, SSI, the Older Americans Act. With higher costs of living, so many in our community living paycheck to paycheck, and food insecurity continuing to increase, the importance of this safety net cannot be underestimated. We are seeing an increase in mental health issues, and Alzheimer's disease is on the rise. We must ensure that older adults and their caregivers are able to take advantage of preventative services and treatments. CMS should be updating regulations to be in line with the latest medicine and science. We need to urge CMS to cover treatment for obesity. For anti-obesity medications to not be covered for older adults when the rest of the population has access to it is simply unfair and unjust. And the Access to Innovation Treatment Act, introduced by Congress, can help with this issue. But access to available resources is not enough. We must strive for healthcare with communication that is linguistically appropriate for our community members. Information and services must continue to be offered in a language that is understood by our communities. Likewise, services need to be available during non-traditional hours. Schedules should be available during evenings and weekends to ensure they are available for our population, who often work long hours and are not able to take time off from work. Research and studies must be conducted with the inclusion of Hispanics so that the latest available science and medicine reflects our genetic information, our realities, and our behaviors. But likewise, as a community, we have a responsibility to participate in these studies. And at the local level, we should be encouraging local governments, including health departments, to develop targeted efforts to address disparities among Black and Brown communities. And specifically, we should be asking questions like, are enough members of our community seeking vaccination for COVID-19, for the flu, and for pneumonia? What are the needs among Black and Brown communities regarding healthcare? And what are we doing to address the barriers keeping us from accessing health services? And do we have a state or county plan to address aging and disability? And if so, are Black and Brown communities included in it? Is my county or state collecting data on ethnicity to know who is using the services? Who is using Meals on Wheels? Who is attending senior centers? And about senior centers, are they providing services that are culturally and linguistically competent? Are the services offered by the local organizations in line with what a growing, diverse population wants and needs? And so it's important for all of us who believe these issues are key to aging well to take action and be vocal, so that those who aspire to be our representatives can do so effectively. Lastly, I would like to speak on a cornerstone of every family and community. It's important that we empower and support the women of our communities so that they can be their best self. I specifically ask men to support female leadership and empower them. I urge women to take leaps and pursue their leadership roles in society. Thank you for joining us, and we invite you to watch our video about our work and milestones during this year. Continue to enjoy your show. Thank you very much.
In 2023, the National Hispanic Council on Aging, NHCOA, continues its commitment of more than 50 years, working tirelessly to protect the well-being of Hispanic older adults and their families, inside and outside the United States. NHCOA is more than a non-profit organization. It is a beacon of change in the Hispanic community, addressing the issues that make it difficult for all of us to age with dignity. Our initiatives focus on key areas such as language barriers, mobilization, and discrimination, creating meaningful change at the national and international levels. Through strategic collaborations at the national and local levels, we work in partnership with experts and government entities to implement initiatives, advocate for public policy, and conduct research aligned with our priorities: economic security, housing, caregiving, empowerment, and leadership development. Our mission is to transform Latino older adults, their families, and caregivers to be their own advocates and to empower them to advocate for their health and well-being by providing them with tools tailored to their needs and realities. We are proud to be able to expand our efforts to Latin America, where we have developed trainings in women's leadership, strengthening their skills and providing adequate tools for their personal development. In addition, we have created a strong community for older adults, caregivers, and their families where they learn about different topics of interest such as better ways to provide care, to strengthen their self-esteem, recognize essential self-care tools, and to take advantage of useful resources that better organize their time. We are committed to ensuring that older adults age with dignity and independence. To that end, we provide quality and safe housing designed exclusively for older adults. We continue to innovate better ways to serve our community. Focusing on mental health, we expanded our efforts in 2023 with art therapy workshops, self-esteem workshops, individual and group therapy sessions, and outdoor events to promote physical activity. Throughout the year, we have launched information and awareness campaigns, focusing on health issues that disproportionately affect our communities. Our commitment to the fight against COVID-19 continues. We work tirelessly to reduce the percentage of unvaccinated Latinos and prevent them from becoming seriously ill from the disease, and when necessary, use COVID-19 treatment. We also work to sensitize and motivate our communities about the importance of their participation in health research, so they may advocate for their inclusion, value, and representation in health decisions. NHCOA also continues to be an agent of change through research. We collaborate with national organizations to explore issues relevant to Latinos. This year, NHCOA focused on osteoporosis research, a disease that impacts Hispanic/Latino communities. We also raised our voice on other important issues such as caregiving, obesity, Alzheimer's disease, and treatment options for COVID-19. Our research not only provides necessary information but represents a reliable and trusted resource for public policymaking. We provide decision makers with a perspective on a variety of issues affecting Hispanics as well as viable and workable solutions to address them. We continue to outreach, mobilize, and engage our communities and work tirelessly to meet the needs of our aging community. Our voice is essential to ensure that our communities are considered in decision making and to advocate for a better future for all. NHCOA. Sharing the best of us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cruz, for your amazing remarks. Now it is our honor to introduce Jorge J. Lambrinos, our esteemed chairman and board member, a man of immense influence and expertise. Mr. Lambrinos is a vast source of knowledge on policy and leadership. His dedication extends far beyond his impressive career, as he has contributed to numerous commissions and boards. Please welcome Mr. Lambrinos.
Good evening. and welcome to the National Hispanic Council on Aging 2023 Virtual Awards Ceremony. I am Jorge Lambrinos, Chairman of NHCOA's Board of Directors, and it is my pleasure to be here tonight. First, I would like to thank this year's awards recipients, our sponsors, and our audience for turning into today's ceremony. The United States of America is one of the most diverse countries in the world, and that diversity has proven itself to be a blessing. Diversity is also a key characteristic of our Latino community, and is one of our greatest assets. It gives us a range of values, culture, language, and experience that connect us and enable us with an informed perspective. As a community, we must support that diversity. We need to by supporting organizations that serve diverse populations, by connecting with local organizations that serve and engage with our communities, and by offering spaces in a linguistically appropriate manner, complete with interpretation services, and that offers times which are convenient to the constituents. As you know, our annual award ceremony is one of the few opportunities NHCOA has to ask for your continued support. Tonight, I want to request for foundations and individuals to continue to support efforts that fund and support diverse populations, including this organization, the National Hispanic Council on Aging. NHCOA's mission is to provide space where Latinos can age safely, in good health, and with dignity, and remains a top priority for all of us. Remember, NHCOA is the only national organization advocating for the rights of the Hispanic older adults in the United States. In order to continue to make this a reality, we need the support of the entire community and all who believe in our work. I encourage you to donate to NHCOA.org/donate. I would love you to do this tonight, but I keep this link handy, NHCOA.org/donate, so you can donate at any time, any day of the week, and any time you are able to do so. Your support will go a long way to help NHCOA make a real change in the lives of our communities, older adults, and caregivers. Thank you for being here tonight and for your valuable donations to support our work on NHCOA. Remember, together we are stronger.
Now we arrive at the most anticipated part of our evening, the heart of our celebration, the awards presentation. It is a time to honor and salute these awardees who are true trailblazers, leading us towards a brighter future filled with unity, equity, and diversity. They really embody the very essence of our theme this year. Our first award of the night is the Research Recognition Award, a testament to the commitment of an individual who has dedicated their expertise to improving the health of diverse populations through pioneering research. This award will be presented by Yarisa Reyes, the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Engagement at the Alzheimer's Association.
Good evening. My name is Yarisa Reyes. I'm the National Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Engagement at the Alzheimer's Association. It is my absolute honor to present this year's Research Recognition Award. The Research Recognition Award goes to an individual who has demonstrated a commitment to improving the health of diverse populations through research. This year's recipient is Dr. Luis Medina, a bilingual and bicultural licensed clinical psychologist and cultural neuropsychologist. He received his bachelor's degree in psychology from Yale University and his master's and PhD in clinical psychology and neuropsychology from the San Diego State University and University of California, San Diego joint doctoral program in clinical psychology. Dr. Medina completed his clinical predoctoral internship at the West Los Angeles Veterans Affairs Medical Center, followed by a postdoctoral fellowship in adult clinical neuropsychology at the University of Colorado School of Medicine. As a member of the University of Colorado Alzheimer's and Cognition Center, he carried out postdoctoral research in cognitive aging and neurodegenerative disease. Dr. Medina is the Associate Professor in the Department of Psychology at the University of Houston where he directs the Collaborative on Aging Research and Multicultural Assessment. He is also the director of the NIH-funded Engaging Communities of Hispanic Latinos for Aging Research Network, a multi-site collaborative effort to address the limited diversity in aging research samples. His research examines the cultural neuroscience of cognitive aging, particularly in the context of Alzheimer's disease and related dementias, as well as the clinical assessment and diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease and related dementias in underrepresented populations. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me acknowledge this year's Research Recognition Award winner and a good friend to the Alzheimer's Association, Dr. Luis Medina.
Hello. I'm so honored by this opportunity. I want to give a big thank you to the National Hispanic Council on Aging for this award, recognizing the research that my team and I do in the area of brain health equity and dementia. I also want to give a heartfelt thank you to my nominator, the Alzheimer's Association, for their ongoing support of inclusive research towards a cure. I am a clinical neuropsychologist and associate professor of psychology at the University of Houston in Houston, Texas. My research focuses on how changes in the brain relate to behavior in the context of our lived experience. Along these lines, we are particularly interested in the risk, diagnosis, and prognosis of Alzheimer's disease and related dementias in families like mine. I was born in Puerto Rico and moved to the mainland United States at a young age. I'm a first-generation high school graduate, college graduate, master's degree, and PhD recipient. Throughout my training and professional career, I've seen firsthand the challenges Hispanic and Latin American families face in accessing care and research. However, it was my own family's experience with Alzheimer's dementia that eventually galvanized my path and filled my work with so much purpose. 11 years ago, my grandmother passed on. She had been living with Alzheimer's dementia for years. The last time I saw her alive, she was unable to remember who I was. And as I said goodbye for what would turn out to be the last time, she told me she loved me, highlighting how people still remember how we make them feel, even though they may not remember who we are. It was my grandmother's love that motivated me to keep going, to keep moving, to keep striving throughout my educational and professional course. That love supported me and added clarity to my work, and it is that love that gives my work, my research, purpose. Given all this, I feel this award does not simply recognize the research my team and I do in our communities. This award truly recognizes the love and support our families and communities give us that allow us to do this kind of work. I share this award with the abuelos and abuelas that motivate us to be better, and to all those we call familia that support us along the way. Gracias.
Our next award is the Lifetime Achievement Award. This award serves as a tribute to leaders who have dedicated their lives to enhancing the well-being of older adults, advocating for health equity, and tirelessly working to create sustainable, healthy communities. We are honored to have our dear Robert Bob Blancato, NHCOA's board member and the president of Matz Blancato and Associates, presenting this award tonight.
I am proud to be a board member of the National Hispanic Council on Aging, but I have the distinct honor of introducing tonight's Lifetime Achievement Award. The recipient of this award recognizes leaders who have helped to improve the lives of older adults, promote health equity, and build sustainable health communities. That is Edward Warner, Deputy Assistant Secretary for Aging, who leads the Administration on Aging and advocating on behalf of older Americans. Now, they gave me a script, okay? But you gotta understand, I know this guy, I love this guy. This is an amazing human being, okay? That you can't write what this man has accomplished in his career as a public servant. And in fact, I'll go one step further and say he is a consummate public servant, okay? And was served through different administrations, in different times, different challenges, and has maintained steady leadership across the board. He promotes and guides the development of home and community-based long-term care programs, policies, and services, designed to afford older people and their caregivers the ability to age with dignity and independence and to have a broad array of options available for an enhanced quality of life. This includes the promotion and implementation of evidence-based prevention interventions proven effective in avoiding and delaying the onset of chronic disease and illness. Prior to joining HHS in 1992, we laugh about how many years that has been, he served as the director of the Missouri Division on Aging, responsible for administering a comprehensive set of human service programs for older adults and people with disabilities. Before I formally asked Devin to come up and give us the award, there was a big conversation before about mentoring. I can't tell you how many hundreds of people, Nero, you know this, right? Congratulations to you, by the way. I forgot to say that when I started. This man has mentored hundreds of people in his lifetime to be better public servants, better people in the Aging Services Network, better volunteers, whatever it may be. So it is my distinct pleasure to acknowledge this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, Evan Walker.
It's beautiful. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Indira. Thank you, the National Hispanic Council on Aging. This is really an honor. I am touched. I am truly touched because it's a lifetime achievement. At first I felt like that makes me feel old. And then it just makes me realize that I've done what I was supposed to do. I have followed my heart. I have followed what I believe is right. And I have followed what my parents and grandparents instilled in me, which is to impart a sense of community, a sense of what's right, a sense of giving back. And I think of public service, and Bob has heard this part before. I was honored to have been a person who was taken under the wing of Dr. Arthur Fleming. And he believed in public service. He was both the Health and Human Services, at that time it was HEW, Health, Education and Welfare Secretary. He was also the Commissioner of the Administration on Aging. He was the chair of the Civil Rights Commission. And he really believed in public service. And he said to me, he said, you're going to encounter rough times, tough times. Stay focused on the mission. Keep your head straight. Know what you're here for. But he talked about public service. And I believe in public service because I believe it's a really an admirable goal, a profession that I encourage others to enter, not to look down on. And I want to thank, in particular, the National Hispanic Council on Aging for this award because of what you do and what you represent and who you represent. You focus on the needs of Hispanic, Latino elders in terms of ensuring that they are included, ensuring that others are culturally sensitive and provide programs and services that are culturally appropriate. And I have attempted to help as much as I could and be a good partner to this organization. I'm going to say this, I'm so pleased and proud to announce that this year, the National Hispanic Council on Aging won the award that we provided from the Administration for Community Living to be a part of our Older Adult Equity Collaborative, which means that they will be right along with Karen Jones and National Caucus and Center on Black Aging. They will be addressing issues focused on Hispanic and Latino elders and ensuring that others understand their issues. They will provide training and technical assistance to ensure that we are appropriately in this country addressing those issues and the needs of that older population, the distinct needs, the diverse needs of the population. And I just couldn't be more pleased and proud to say congratulations on that. And I'm going to be leaving federal service, but I'm not going to be that far away. And so, again, thank you so very much. This is personal for me, and I thank you so incredibly much.
It has been a great night so far. we have a lot more to come, but I just wanted to remind you all about our big giveaway. One lucky winner will be able to get a brand new pair of AirPods. My kids would be so excited. The rules are simple. To participate, all you have to do is leave a comment in the chat answering this question. What does diversity mean to you? And remember to use the hashtag NHCOA Awards 23. Again, hashtag NHCOA Awards 23. Remember, only one comment per account will be participating in the raffle. Once you comment, you will be automatically entered to win the pair of AirPods. All answers are correct. The winner will be chosen at random using an online generator. The lucky winner will be announced next Monday, December 11th, through our social media. So stay tuned to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X for the official announcement. If you win, we will contact you directly through Facebook Messenger. Leave your comment in the chat to participate. We want to hear from you. Let's continue with our next award, Entrepreneurship Recognition Award, which acknowledges an extraordinary individual who has not only demonstrated excellence and innovation, but also has created sources of employment and has fostered economic development opportunities, particularly for women and older adults. It is our pleasure to welcome back Dr. Yanira Cruz to present this award.
Hello, it's my honor to present this year's Entrepreneurship Award. The recipient of the Entrepreneurship Recognition Award is an individual who has demonstrated excellence, innovation, and commitment to the well-being of society by creating employment and economic development opportunities, especially for women and older adults, and by upholding environmentally friendly practices. And this year's recipient is Elizabeth Trabanino, the director of the radio groups Mundo, Clásica, and UPA Radio for Children in Calpataru. For many years, she has had the honor of overseeing traditional family media. Radio El Mundo was founded 63 years ago by her father and mother, Betty Suarez de Teagui, after the death of her father, Raúl Trabanino, also a pioneer of radio and television broadcasting in El Salvador. Despite coming from a family of communicators, there was no television in Mrs. Trabanino's house for many years. Reading was encouraged, and she had the opportunity to venture into the world of art through music and ballet. Ms. Trabanino discovered after the death of her father and then her brother from cancer that music helped overcome difficult situations. In times of conflict, like the one in El Salvador, culture and art were included in meeting spaces for awareness and dialogue. In that sense, Radio Clásica created spaces to meet through poetry, cultural debate, and musical and artistic proposals. Radio El Mundo, on the other hand, appealed to human values with an emphasis on solidarity, empathy, and inclusion. Ms. Trabanino believed it was imperative that boys and girls, the main victims of the situations of violence, had a place where they could express their feelings. This led to the creation of UPA, the Radio for Children. Since its founding 33 years ago, UPA has trained generations of boys and girls to become young communicators, many of whom are already professionals with a social vision. Throughout Ms. Trabanino's career in radio, she has realized that older adults play a crucial role not only in the lives of children and young people, but their wisdom and experience are of vital importance in our society. Through her media work, Ms. Trabanino has sought to value, rescue, and disseminate the legacy of older adults and to give them the respect and prominence they deserve. Let's acknowledge this year's Entrepreneurship Recognition Award winner, Elizabeth Trabanino.
I am Elizabeth Trabanino here in El Salvador, Central America, and I'm the director of the radio group Radio El Mundo, the classical radio station, and the children's radio station UPA, and Plaza Calpataro. I am deeply grateful for the recognition I'm receiving from NHCCOA, National Hispanic Council of Aging. I am proud to be considered a worthy recipient of the Entrepreneurship Recognition Award, celebrating diversity and the improvement of the lives of Hispanic older adults. As a very busy grandmother of 10 grandchildren who are scattered in Europe and in the United States, I vouch for the fact that one can be productive and continue contributing in according to one's lifelong goals of perhaps small actions that finally amount to great transformations. I have great faith in our Hispanic community that reaches beyond the frontiers of our wonderful and unique continent, America. I represent the voice of older adults through our radio formats that focus on intergenerational dialogues where the voice of the older adult is listened and valued as a voice of experience and wisdom. I also represent Calpataro. More than a plaza aimed at healthy practices, it's an inclusive meeting point for all art, culture, growth, and the sustainability of our planet. Calpataro means the tree of desires in Sanskrit. I am convinced that together we can not only dream of a better world, but we can actually build it together, where we will listen not only with our ears or with our intellect, but especially with our hearts.
While Dr. Cruz is still with us, we're going to ask her to help us present our next award, which is the President's Award. This honor is given to an individual who has demonstrated excellence in supporting policies and programs dedicated to ensuring the well-being of older adults and their caregivers. Take it away, Dr. Cruz.
Every year we give out awards to recognize trailblazers in our field, in the field of aging, who are working hard to make things better for older adults. And so this year we thought, well, we're here in DC, they are both here, we should just present the awards during the reception. It's my honor to present this year's President Award. And the recipient of the President Award goes to an individual who has shown a strong commitment to supporting policy and programs aimed at ensuring older adults and their caregivers of all backgrounds get a fair chance of succeeding in this world. And I can attest to that because I participate in meetings with her and know what a fierce advocate she is on behalf of our older adults. And this year's recipient is Karen Jones. You already met her. She's the president and CEO for the National Caucus and Center on Black Aging, also known as NCBA, as well as the NCBA Housing Development Corporation, based here in Washington, D.C. NCBA is the oldest minority-focused aging organization recognized as a leader in senior housing employment, health, and advocacy on behalf of older adults of color. Karen is a former educator, Texas legislator, corporate executive, and an avid civil rights advocate. She's a native of San Antonio, Texas. She holds a master's degree in public affairs from Northern Illinois University and a second master's degree in public administration from Harvard University. Karen currently serves on the national boards of directors for the Alzheimer's Association, the Center for Innovation, and several aging and health advisory boards. I'm so proud of you, girl. President Award to Karen Jones.
I just want to, of course, thank the National Hispanic Council on Aging, specifically Violetta, for her support. As I told you, we've worked almost 20 years together, just trying to improve the lives of older adults of color. And I think from this day forward, we will continue to work to try to make sure that our people aren't left out. So thank you very, very much for this honor.
The next award of the evening is the Service Award for Caregiving, which acknowledges an individual who has displayed extraordinary caregiving service, garnering national recognition for their remarkable efforts. We are privileged to have Michelle Kimbrough, Senior Director of Federal and Professional Relations at Eli Lilly and Company, join us to present this award.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michelle Kimbrough, Executive Director of Federal Advocacy at Eli Lilly and Company, and it's my honor to present this year's Service Award for Caregiving. The recipient of the Service Award for Caregiving goes to an individual who has shown extraordinary caregiving service that has been recognized at a national level. This year's recipient is Dr. Harry Parazan, the Executive Director of DH Perfil Latino TV, a media production nonprofit organization that produces multicultural and bilingual television programs aimed at informing and educating Hispanic families on programs and services available. In this role, Dr. Parazan has been an important community partner with the National Hispanic Council on Aging in New Jersey. Dr. Parazan has worked with NHCCOA on a number of key programs, including NHCCOA's flagship diabetes education program, Health and Wellness. In its work on leaves, health and wellness, Dr. Parazan facilitates diabetes workshops in South Jersey in partnership with other organizations. With his strong medical background and more than 25 years of community intervention activities, Dr. Parazan's work primarily focuses on the Latino community. A graduate of the School of Medicine at Universidad Autónoma de Puebla, Mexico, Dr. Parazan has conducted a number of research studies, including his healthcare policy and management master's thesis at the Center for Public Service, Seton Hall University, New Jersey. His support to immigrants initiatives, Hispanic older adults, and caregivers empowerment stems from his personal commitment to improving the lives of Hispanic families. Lately, Dr. Parazan participated in the COVID-19 education and prevention programs with the New Jersey Department of Health. Ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge this year's Service Award for Caregiving winner, Dr. Harry Parazan.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches todos. My name is Dr. Harry Parazan, and I'm very pleased to be with you tonight. First of all, I want to give thanks to God for the opportunity to live, for the opportunity to serve. I also want to give thanks to the National Hispanic Council on Aging for this particular recognition. This award means a lot to me. And I want to also thank Dr. Yanira Cruz. We've worked together for many years. So Yanira, thank you very much for recognizing the work that Perfil Latino does in the South Jersey community. I especially want to dedicate this award to my deceased wife, Nelva. She passed away a couple of months ago on August 27 after dealing with suffering a lot of diabetes complications. She has been the voice of Perfil Latino in the South Jersey. She has been the example that we follow. She has been the person that pushed the organization to higher levels. So she left us with the work for us to do for our Hispanic older adults that may be suffering from diabetes or from other chronic diseases. We've worked for a long time to make sure that they understand how to manage their chronic condition. In the South Jersey community, Perfil Latino has been at the forefront of diabetes education, chronic disease education, and recently, COVID-19 education and prevention. Did somebody really understand they need to get their vaccine? Did somebody really understand that they need to get their booster? That's what we've been doing. So I also want to take a little of space to thank my staff at Perfil Latino. Without the work they do with me, without them supporting the mission of our organization, we will not be able to accomplish what we've accomplished. To my daughters, Harnell and Pamela, that are now growing up young ladies, we are very proud of what they're doing. I also want to thank you for the time in supporting me. So I hope all of you that are getting a recognition also tonight, I want to congratulate you also for the work that you're doing. And also I want to take this opportunity to tell all of you that are watching tonight that take good care of your health. Do it one day at a time. And again, thank you very much.
Our enthusiasm continues to grow, and we are thrilled to present yet another set of awards. It's time to present the Special Recognition Award, a distinction reserved for an individual who has showcased an exceptional commitment to improving the health of diverse populations. We are honored to have Oscar Ramirez, co-founder of Fulcrum Public Affairs, to help us present this award tonight. Welcome, Oscar.
Good evening. My name is Oscar Ramirez. I'm co-founder of Fulcrum Public Affairs, and it's my honor to present this year's Special Recognition Award. The recipient of the Special Recognition Award goes to an individual who has demonstrated a commitment in improving the health of diverse populations. This year's recipient is Eduardo Perdomo, the first self-identifying Afro-Latino to lead the Mayor's Office on Latino Affairs in 47 years. He is originally from the Dominican Republic and has been living in Washington, D.C. for over 9 years. Eduardo has over 15 years of experience in project management, working in community development and international development projects, financially supported by the United Nations, the Organization of American States, Spaniard Agency for International Development, the U.S. Agency for International Development, and the government of the District of Columbia. Eduardo currently serves as a director at the Mayor's Office on Latino Affairs, MOLA, where he develops strategies to better serve the Latino community. Since coming to MOLA, Mr. Perdomo has contributed to the substantial growth of the agency's grants budget. Mr. Perdomo was instrumental in the creation of Mayor Muriel Bowser's Immigrant Justice Legal Services Grant, which is a landmark program that aims to provide legal assistance to the DC immigrant community. He played a crucial role in the COVID-19 pandemic response by connecting DC Latinos to vital services in housing, health, and wellness, as well as financial relief. Eduardo has multiple skills, but one that sets him apart is his cross-cultural competence that enables him to interact with people of different backgrounds and approach social issues in the search for solutions through a multifaceted point of view. He feels privileged to be able to serve DC residents and to work under the leadership of Mayor Muriel Bowser. Let's acknowledge this year's Special Recognition Award, Eduardo Perdomo. Congratulations, Eduardo.
Good evening. My name is Eduardo Perdomo, and I'm the director of Mayor Muriel Bowser's Office on Latino Affairs here in Washington, D.C. And I'm very grateful for the consideration of Yanira, Christine, Pedro, and the whole team there at Casa Iris and the National Hispanic Council on Aging for recognizing the work that we do here for our seniors, those who have given so much to all of us, and now is the time for us to give back to them. So I'm very grateful once again for the consideration and this recognition, and we look forward to continue working with you to improve the quality of life of our seniors. Muchas gracias.
Our next award, the Outstanding Public Policy Award, is a tribute to an exceptional individual who has advocated for public policies that directly benefit diverse aging populations. It is a great privilege to have Mr. Jorge J. Lambrino come back to give this award.
Good evening. I am Jorge Lambrinos, chairman of the National Hispanic Council on Aging Board of Directors, and it is my honor to present this year's Outstanding Public Policy Award. The recipient of the Outstanding Public Policy Award goes to an individual who has demonstrated a commitment to advocating for public policy that benefits diverse aging populations. This year's recipient is Congresswoman Nanette Diaz-Barragan. She was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives on November 2016 and became the first Latina ever to represent California's 44th Congressional District. Born in Harbor City, California, and growing up in its surrounding harbor communities, Nanette's humble beginnings shaped her interest in issues that matter locally: environmental and health injustice, immigration reform, strengthening the economy, and affordable and accessible education. With the desire to give back to her communities, Nanette began her career in public service in the late 1990s. She directed outreach efforts for African Americans in the Office of Public Liaison for the Clinton White House and worked for the NAACP, focusing on racial health disparities and discrimination. Nanette was the first woman in 10 years to be elected to the Hermosa Beach City Council and was then elected by her peers as the first ever Latina to serve as mayor of the city. Prior to practicing law for 10 years, Nanette served as an intern to Justice Carlos Moreno of the Supreme Court of California and at the Los Angeles Legal Aid Foundation, where she fought for justice for low-income families. In 2016, Nanette decided to take her advocacy to the national level. She ran to represent her neighbors, her friends, and family members in Congress, with a focus on bringing change and opportunities for those who need it most. Presently, Nanette is chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus and a member of the Progressive Caucus. She serves on the House Committee on Energy and Commerce and its subcommittees on health, energy, climate, and grid security. In 2019, she became the first Latina in 10 years to hold a seat on this prestigious committee and only the second Latina ever to do so. Nanette is a voice for the communities on the front lines of the negative health impacts associated with climate change and environmental injustice. From fighting for comprehensive and affordable health care for all to ensuring clean air and clean water for her communities, she works tirelessly for her fellow Americans and the constituents of the California 44th Congressional District. Let us acknowledge the recipient of this year's Outstanding Public Policy Award, Congresswoman Nanette Diaz-Barragan.
Thank you to the National Hispanic Council on Aging for the NHCOA 2023 Outstanding Public Policy Award. I'm proud to advocate in Congress for issues that disproportionately affect Latino communities like Alzheimer's and obesity. Latinos are 1.5 more times likely to develop Alzheimer's. And in my home state of California, the number of Latinos living with Alzheimer's will more than triple by 2040. This is also deeply personal for me. My mom is 82 and has Alzheimer's. So I know firsthand the challenges families face when it comes to this disease. That's why one of my priorities in Congress is to fund research and expand access to treatment options to slow down and help in this disease. I've worked to introduce legislation that would expand access to Alzheimer's treatments with the Access to Innovative Treatments Act, a bill that you have been a great partner on from the start. The bill will help Medicare beneficiaries access new treatments for Alzheimer's, like Leqembi. Now that Leqembi can reduce cognitive decline in patients by 27%, it's critical that Medicare cover it so millions of patients can use it. Studies have shown that one of the risk factors for dementia and Alzheimer's is obesity. Alarmingly, almost half of Latino adults in the U.S. live with obesity, the second highest when compared to other racial groups. As a representative of a majority-minority district, it is a priority of mine to fight for greater access to healthcare services for populations who are already burdened with disproportionate risk for chronic diseases such as obesity. That's why last Congress, I worked to secure $1 million in federal funding for Harbor Community Health Clinics in my district to build a new clinic. Community health centers are a lifeline for those who otherwise cannot afford care. I'm also a proud co-sponsor of the Treat and Reduce Obesity Act, which would expand Medicare coverage of treatments for obesity. We know that older Americans face additional barriers to access for healthcare services, such as a lack of access to economic stability or transportation. We need to work together to ensure that our older communities have access to quality and affordable treatment options. Low-income communities, communities of color, and older Americans face increased chances of developing diseases like Alzheimer's and obesity, and disproportionate barriers to access. I'm committed to continue to work together to achieve a future where millions of Americans can have more time with their families and eventually beat these diseases once and for all. Thank you.
The Outstanding Public Health Award is a recognition of an extraordinary individual who has displayed excellence, innovation, and dedication to the health and well-being of Hispanic older adults. Now we have with us Dr. Yanira Cruz, who will help us present this award.
Hola, tudo bem? This year, it's my honor to present the Public Health Award. The recipient of the Outstanding Public Health Award goes to an individual who has demonstrated excellence, innovation, and commitment to the health of Hispanic older adults. And this year's recipient is Dr. Jennifer Manley, a professor of neuropsychology in the Department of Neurology at Columbia University Urban Medical Center. Her research focuses on mechanisms of inequalities in cognitive aging and Alzheimer's disease. Her research team has partnered with the Black and Latinx communities in New York City and around the United States to design and carry out investigation of structural and social forces across the life course, such as educational opportunities, discrimination, and socioeconomic inequality, and how these factors relate to cognition and brain health later in life. She is the MPI of the Columbia Interdisciplinary Research Center on Alzheimer's Disparities, which focuses on mentoring early career scientists from minority backgrounds. Her research has been funded by the National Institute of Health, the Alzheimer's Association, and she has authored over 220 peer-reviewed publications and 10 chapters. Dr. Manley was elected to the National Academy of Medicine in 2021. She served on the HHS Advisory Council on Alzheimer's Research, Care and Services from 2011 to 2015, and is a current member of the National Advisory Council on Aging. Ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge this year's Outstanding Public Health Award winner, Dr. Jennifer Manley.
Hi everyone. I am truly honored and humbled to accept this Outstanding Public Health Award from the National Hispanic Council on Aging. This recognition is a testament to the collective efforts of a dedicated team of researchers and community partners. I first want to extend thanks to the people in the communities of Washington Heights, Hamilton Heights, Inwood, and Harlem who have participated in our community-based research studies since the early 1990s. This award reflects not only our efforts, but also the strength of the partnerships we've been able to forge within the community. Only by working together and with the community's trust, engagement, patience, wisdom, and resilience have we been able to change the face of research on cognitive aging and Alzheimer's disease. The most important, unique, and groundbreaking research questions that we have addressed, including early life education as a source of resilience against dementia, the role of bilingualism in cognitive aging, and the importance of neighborhood in shaping how we age, has been shaped by our ongoing dialogue with people who live in these communities. It's so moving for our work to be acknowledged by an organization that plays a pivotal role in shaping the future of health and advocating for Hispanic older adults. This award is not only a reflection of the collaboration among our research team and the community, but is also a testament to the collaborative spirit that drives progress in our fields of public health and brain health. With gratitude to the incredible research team at Columbia and my collaborators, I'd like to express my deepest appreciation to the National Hispanic Council on Aging for this acknowledgement, recognizing that it symbolizes a shared commitment to brain health equity. Thank you.
Our next award is the Outstanding Community Service Award, a distinguished recognition presented to an individual who has shown excellence, innovation, and devotion to the well-being of Hispanic older adults. We invite Cindy Padilla to present this amazing award. The stage is yours, Cindy Padilla.
Hello, my name is Cindy Padilla. I'm a former member of NHCOA's Board of Directors, and it is my honor to present this year's Outstanding Community Service Award. The recipient of the Outstanding Community Service Award is an individual who has demonstrated excellence, innovation, and commitment to the well-being of Hispanic older adults. This year's recipient is Ana Maria Chavez, the President and CEO of Arizona's Community Foundation, a statewide community foundation whose mission is to lead, serve, and collaborate to mobilize enduring philanthropy for a better Arizona. Ms. Chavez brings over 25 years of experience in education, government, technology, and nonprofit organizational leadership and management to the role. Born and raised in the small town of Eloy, Arizona, to Mexican-American parents, Ana learned at an early age the importance of being a community leader. Her desire to transform the world through servant leadership led her to Yale University before pursuing a Juris Doctorate at the University of Arizona. Ms. Chavez held numerous posts in President Bill Clinton's administration and later returned to Arizona to serve Governors Jane Hall and Janet Napolitano. Her success led her to an appointment as the CEO of the Girl Scouts of the USA and CEO of the National School Boards Association. Prior to her role at the Arizona Community Foundation, Ms. Chavez was appointed to serve as interim president and chief executive officer of the National Council on Aging, the nation's oldest advocacy organization dedicated to helping Americans navigate the challenges of aging. In 2016, she was recognized as one of the world's 50 greatest leaders by Fortune magazine, and in 2021 was named one of the top 50 over 50 women leaders by Forbes magazine. So please help me congratulate our 2023 Outstanding Community Service Award winner, Ms. Ana Maria Chavez.
Thank you so much for the honor of receiving your 2023 Outstanding Community Service Award. The National Hispanic Council on Aging has a very special place in my heart. I have always not only admired your organization, but your amazing leader, Dr. Yanira Cruz. As you know, I have been an advocate on behalf of elders and older adults for many years, but I always knew that I could always turn to NHCOA for their advocacy help, but also showing the way for others. You know, as a country, we have the opportunity now for some of us to live to 100. And would it be wonderful if everybody, every day, was pounding the pavement to ensure that the public policy issues surrounding older adults are important, and also that we need to provide the services, both housing, medical, and social support for older adults to live well and thrive well in their older years. So again, it is a great honor to receive this award. I cherish it, and I wish you all the best as you continue your great work, not only in Washington, D.C., in the halls of Congress, but in the hometowns of our wonderful communities across this great country. Take care, and thank you again.
And we have reached the end of our award session, and our final award of the evening, but certainly not the least, is the prestigious Ofelia Rinaldi Recognition Award. This honor is reserved for an individual who has displayed a lifetime commitment to improving the lives of older adults, with a special focus on the mental health of our population. Doing the honors for the last award of the evening is our dear leader, Dr. Cruz, President and CEO of NHCOA.
Hola, it's my honor to present this year's Ofelia Rinaldi Award. The recipient of the Ofelia Rinaldi Recognition Award is an individual who has demonstrated a lifetime commitment to improving the lives of older adults with a special focus on mental health. This year's recipient is Adriana Gomez Velasquez, a native of Medellín, Colombia. Since her childhood, Adriana has been asking questions about human suffering and the life-defining moments that mark us. This lifelong curiosity drove her to study science, particularly psychology. Adriana works directly with vulnerable communities such as orphans, people with physical and intellectual disabilities, and people experiencing cognitive decline due to aging. She is passionate about psychogerontology, working with older adults to ensure their psychiatric needs are addressed with dignity and compassionate care. Let's acknowledge this year's Ofelia Rinaldi Recognition Award winner, Dr. Adriana Gomez Velasquez.
Hola a todos, le agradezco principalmente a la organización y a la doctora Yanira Cruz por tenerme en cuenta para esta nominación. Lo que nos mueve a todos es buscar el bienestar del adulto mayor, el bienestar de sus cuidadores, de sus familias, y que podamos brindarles las herramientas para tener un envejecimiento exitoso, un envejecimiento que se viva con calidad, con dignidad, desde la sabiduría, desde la sanidad, y de alguna forma el preocuparnos también para que nuestras personas de la comunidad puedan tener este tipo de envejecimiento. Es también pensar en que todos nosotros somos seres envejecientes, y ese ser envejeciente implica que también empecemos a construir un futuro para nuestro envejecimiento. Entonces agradezco mucho a todas las personas que están haciendo algo precisamente por esta población, que es al mismo tiempo hacer algo por nosotros mismos, por nuestro yo del futuro. Un abrazo y sigamos en la lucha por reivindicar la vejez y por hacer que las vejeces sean cada vez más dignas en medio de su diversidad.
What an extraordinary evening it has been. We are truly fortunate to have the opportunity to honor and recognize these remarkable individuals whose dedicated work is creating a lasting impact on the lives of older adults, particularly Hispanic, Latino older adults in our communities. Tonight, we celebrate the great and diverse achievements of that community. On behalf of NHCOA, we extend our heartfelt congratulations to all of this year's amazing awardees. Your tireless efforts and commitment to improving the well-being of our community serves as an inspiration to all of us. Together, as a united front, we can achieve even greater milestones and create a brighter future for our community. This was truly a remarkable evening. On behalf of NHCOA, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you, our distinguished awardees, our wonderful attendees, our dedicated staff, and our generous sponsors. Without the amazing work of each and every one of you, we would not be here tonight. This evening, we've celebrated diversity, unity, and the resilience of Latinos. We've honored individuals whose lives' work has touched the lives of older adults and their families. This event represents the essence of NHCOA's mission, creating a safe space where we can come together, enjoy our achievements, celebrate them, and support each other in our journey. We've seen the impact of research, caregiving, entrepreneurship, public policy, public health, community service, all on the lives of our diverse aging populations. As we conclude this amazing evening, let us remember that our work is far from over, amigos. Together, we can continue to advocate, we must continue to advocate, empower, and make a lasting impact in the lives of older adults, ensuring that they not only age gracefully, but enjoy good health and happiness. Remember, we will all be there one day. Before we end, let's reflect on this beautiful poem. Happy holidays, felices fiestas, amigos, and until next year, hasta el próximo año.
Quien tiene un líder en su corazón, ama auténticamente lo que defiende, batalla por los intereses de los demás, como si el mundo fuera de sus hermanos. Dibuja en cada rostro esa ambición de ser grande. Felicita, motiva y se atreve a la próxima meta. Guerrea a favor, jamás en contra. Hace porque decide primero. Invita a experimentar el éxito, juntando sueños y sonrisas, porque detrás del kilómetro que sigue está lo que buscamos. Los líderes que transforman el mundo son entusiastas y positivos. Nutren los espíritus con la paz y obsequian a las almas la herencia del bienestar. Porque un líder es un maestro que se multiplica entre las enseñanzas, recluta avecillas y devuelve águilas. Siente el mar y al cielo como aliados. Toca las mentes y encuentra música. Un líder se transforma primero a sí mismo, vierte acción a los sueños del grupo, porque es el primero en dar la cara y el último en retirarse. Un líder zambulle sus sueños en los sueños de los demás.
Somos mujeres, miradnos, somos la luz de nuestra propia sombra, el reflejo de la carne que nos ha acompañado, la fuerza que impulsa a las olas más minúsculas. Somos el azar del oportuno, la paz que termina con las guerras ajenas, dos rodillas arañadas que resisten con valentía. Miradnos, decidimos cambiar la dirección del puño porque nosotras no nos defendemos, nosotras luchamos. Miradnos, somos también dolor, somos miedo, somos un tropiezo, fruto de la zancadilla de otro que pretende marcar un camino que no existe. Somos también una espalda torcida, una mirada maltratada, una piel obligada, pero la misma mano que alzamos abre todas las puertas. La misma boca con la que negamos hace que el mundo avance. Y somos las únicas capaces de enseñar a un pájaro a volar. Miradnos, somos música, inabarcables, invencibles, incontenibles, inhabitables. Luz en un lugar que aún no es capaz de abarcarnos, vencernos, contenernos, habitarnos, porque la belleza siempre cegó los ojos de aquel que no sabía mirar. Nuestro animal es una bestia indomable que dormía tranquila hasta que decidisteis abrirle los ojos con vuestros palos, con vuestros insultos, con este desprecio que, oídnos,
no aceptamos. Miradnos, porque yo lo he visto en nuestros ojos. Lo he visto cuando nos reconocemos humanas en esta selva que no siempre nos comprende, pero que hemos conquistado. He visto en nosotras la armonía de la vida y de la muerte, la quietud del cielo y del suelo, la unión del comienzo y del fin, el fuego de la nieve y la madera, la libertad del sí y el no, el valor de quien llega y quien se va, el don de quien puede y lo consigue. Miradnos y nunca olvidéis que el universo y la luz salen de nuestras piernas, porque un mundo sin mujeres no es más que un mundo vacío y a oscuras. Y nosotras estamos aquí para despertaros y encender la mecha.